What is going on, guys? It's me, 7 and today we're playing some Delirium. We're going to be beating up on some mono red. We're going to be beating up on some Pixies because this deck is fast, it's furious, and it's very good against those two decks. So we're going to put it through 40 games and see how it does. But first, let's get into that deck list. Alright, here we are, Delirium. So I made a video about this deck like 6 months ago, and it was very successful, and so I wanted to update it with the new set because Tersa Light Shatter is a huge upgrade for this list. It's a 3-mana 3/3 with haste that says when Tersa Light Shatter enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards, which helps us get Delirium on as fast as possible, and then you can, whenever it attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in our graveyard, we can exile a card at random, and then we can play it this turn. That can be useful if the game goes long, but most of the time we finish the game a lot faster than that. Mostly Tersa is here as a hasty body that helps us get Delirium turned on very quickly. Why are we playing Delirium? Well, 1-mana 3/3s are really good, and if we can curve properly, we can easily just go 1-mana 3/3 into either Fear of Missing Out or Wildfire Wickerfolk, into either Screaming Nemesis or Tersa Light Shatter, and just go absolutely ham. The other draw to this is we get something pretty cool in Balustrade Worm. It's a 5-mana 5/5 that can't be countered, has Trample and Haste, and then we can play it from our graveyard for 4 mana. So this is basically a free discard to any of our discard effects, because we can just get it back from the graveyard later. Drag the Roots is also a fantastic removal spell if we can get Delirium turned on. Even honestly, without Delirium, it's not terrible, but for 2 mana to be able to just destroy any non-land permanent, this is insane. And then I've got 2 Strategic Betrayals from the new set because it is a way to remove something from our opponent's board, but most importantly, it also exiles their graveyard. So against those pesky Relive the Past decks or Omniscience combo, this can be the deciding factor against those. We've also got a single copy of Ghost Vacuum in the list. Just on the off chance that our opponent is playing some main deck graveyard hate, we can exile our own creatures with the Ghost Vacuum and then get them all back, and then a lot of them get buffs even if they come back small. So like Wildfire Wickerfolk will still be a 2/2. Fear of Missing Out will still be able to, you know, do its multiple attacks things. And then we've got 3 Torch Towers to help deal with pesky mice. Same thing with 2 Virtue of Persistence. This will also help deal with pesky mice. Bitter Triumph, just good removal that helps us discard things and activate that sweet Delirium. And then a Jund mana base, playing 3 Fable Passages to make sure it's easy to get land in there, and then at least a hand. You know, normally with an aggro deck like this, I wouldn't play any tapped lands, but the Surveil is quite nice. Being able to sometimes just get stuff into the yard and help turn on Delirium as early as turn 2, depending. And then also the Verges in this, all the Verges in these colors are perfect because we have a Verge that produces red without its double, we have a Verge that produces green without its double, and a Verge that produces black. So all of our Verges produce at least one of the colors. We don't have any overlapping colors between the Verges, so that's very nice. And sometimes even without our Rocket Seeders or our basics, we can still cast everything we need. And this deck is just awesome. It's so fast, it's really good against mono red, it's really good against all those Pixie decks who are trying to make us discard stuff, and we're just like, hey, thanks for the help. Because we can just go super over the top of them, and them bouncing stuff to our hand is rarely important because half our stuff has haste. So it's a really good deck. Let's get into those 40 games. All right, let's get our Delirium on. Caveman. Nice avatar, bro. Opponent goes first. This is no. Right? No. This is better. What do we put back? Bitter Triumph is probably the best thing to put back. Conceal Courtyard. Patchwork Beastie. He's beastly. Nowhere to run. Oh man. Well, that's an artifact and a creature in the yard. Balustrade Worm is usually pretty hard for these black-white Pixie decks. to deal with, though. And now we have 5 lands, so we know we can do it. I don't think we want Torch. That gives us 3 of 4 Delirium. If and when we use Strategic Betrayal, that'll give us Delirium. There we go. So it's not Pixie. So they probably have regular removal. No? Roar? Alright, cool. Soulstone Sanctuary and Grim Bauble. Plus another nowhere to run. Well, I mean, that's a creative way to get rid of it. I'm gonna play Light Shatter here. Land is good, because that means we can possibly just cast this Virtue as is. Get in for 3. Alright, pass turn. Opponent's going to Surveil 2 with their Grim Bauble. I imagine they're probably digging for something to bounce these nowhere to runs with. They do have a Soulstone Sanctuary to block with. Hopeless Nightmare. Oh, that sucks. Sun Pearl Kieran. Hits Tursa. I mean, we're still in an okay position right now, though. Pixie, yeah. Opponent's super cool with their bounty bounce. Ooh. Get in for 8. Opponent's going to double block. That's fine by me. Okay, you've succeeded. You've gotten rid of... my thing. So let's get Tursa. They're out of cards now, though. And we have quite a few live draws, like that one. Ritual Chamber, sure. Well, we're in a position where we've got to start getting somewhere before they can activate that, Draw some cards. Okay. Drag the roots will be helpful. So they activate that. They go up to 5, but then we just get rid of the demon. Alright. They scry 2, and that should be game. Alright. Drag the roots to demon. Wicker folk. And unless that's a cut down, should be good. GG! Whew. We did it through like 50 nowhere to runs. Tommelbon. Alright, Tommelbon. Ready to get Delirious. This looks good to me. Alright. The verges in these colors are like perfect for this deck. Sea Chrome Coast, Spyglass Siren. Sure. Mill. Nice artifact creature in the yard. Thornspire Verge. Wickerfolk. We can get Delirium as early as next turn. Cross-Eidetic Memory. Beastie. Triumph, discard the land. Get in for 7. And then with Drag the Roots, that should be game. Because whatever he plays, so unless he removes something, if he removes something of ours instead of playing a creature, then it'll take us an extra turn or 2, but yep, that'll do it. Opponent draws and discards. Too fast. Too delirious. No mill. No mill. And 10 exactly. GG. So bad. Joppa CDO. Let's go. Let's go, 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 go. This is too slow. But our opponent is going first, and this is not that bad of a opener if it's mono red. What are the odds that they're playing these sleeves and a Jace Avatar, but they're mono red? All right. If they're mono red and I mulligan this hand, this is much, much stronger. I think we get rid of Drag the Roots for now. Oh my god, it is mono red. Oh no. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I called it. I called it. It's even mono red. Like, it's not anything else. It's mono red, specifically. Torch the Tower is pretty good. We've got a shot. I've beaten every mono red deck I've played so far, but on the draw is tough. Nemesis is helpful against them. Another lightning strike. Alright, well, now we have Delirium at least. And Monstrous Rage, you got it. You're a pro gamer. I can no longer torch the tower his Swift Spear. Alright, let's see what he's got. Rockface Village. Witch Stalker Frenzy, my goodness. Alright, we're taking a risk here. Drag the roots is good. I messed up. I should have cracked Fabled Passage. I could have... No, I couldn't have done anything. Because even if I had gotten to torch the tower back, like, it wouldn't have done anything. Swift Spear. Alright, are we dead? If he has any burn spell, we're dead. No, we're still alive. See what we get with Tursa here. The land. That's not terrible. Means we can activate the cottage if we need to. But I think what we're gonna do is get a swamp, play Nemesis, and hold up roots. Alright. That is not good for us. Thankfully, we can get rid of it for the low cost of 1 damage. And this doesn't matter, because if that's a Monstrous Rage in their hand, we're dead anyway. Alright. Take 1, we're down to 4. If he attacks, we get to get rid of both his creatures. Opponent is smart. Alright, let's attack with Tursa. See what we get. Let's hit the Swift Spear. He had a Burst Lightning. I'm glad I forced him to waste it. And he can block our Tursa, which is fine, because we're gonna play this Tursa anyway. If we can survive another turn and find a land, we can start attacking with Cottage and sacking. Oh, that's so good. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Okay. Woo! We did it. Hallelujah. Alright. If they go land, torch the tower, Oh my gosh. Is that really a burst lightning? If they go land burst lightning, I'm just gonna cry. There's no way we're that unlucky. All the stabilizing we did. Okay, manifold mouse is fine. I don't think there's a way he gets out of this. He either has to block with both or he dies. Oh, okay, now he goes to 1. So if he draws a monstrous rage here, we're dead then, I guess. Ooh. For once, they didn't top deck the answer. To be fair, we worked very hard to stabilize being on the draw. This was a very good game. There's no way for you to animate Soulstone and give it haste with Rockface Village. All right, we got there. GG. Another mono red deck down. I just want to remind you for the record though that I mulliganed. And I had this feeling that it was a fake Jace and it was actually a mono red player, and we were right. Der Rudiger. We get to go first. I like this hand. Theater. Worm in the yard. Very nice. It's more mono red. Alright, fear. It's not mono red, it's Corey Steelcutter, okay. We're a little worse against this deck. I have not been quite as successful against the Corey Steel lists. Nemesis is nice against them. We do drag the roots to get rid of the Steel Cutter, but it might just not be fast enough. Sleight of hand. They keep it on top. See if it's a monstrous rage. I have to block. I can't just sit here and take damage forever. They got it. Well, of course they do. Pro gamer. Alright, so... we're gonna play Nemesis. See if this can hold them back a little bit. And then we have Balustrade Worms and Drag the Roots to help us out. Can't do anything about the trample token. Bolt Wave our face. Yeah, we're probably just dead here. Okay. You got us. Ori Steel Cutter is... This deck is really good. GG. Seb. Opponent goes first. I like this hand. We gotta get a mountain with the passage. That gets a land in the yard. Darkslick Shores for the opponent and a cash grab. So it's crab beans. So we're gonna play Fear. Ditch of Fear. Nice, we found a land. And it's black land too, so now we have full access to our hand. Bushwhack. Opponent goes and fetches a basic land. Beanstalk, sure. Alright, Cliffs and Tursa. Stitch the Beastie. Put the opponent down to 12. What does this have? Ward 2? So we need a land. They can basically cast it for, what, 1 mana now? 2 mana? Now they can cast it for 1 mana. Sleight of hand. Terror. Draw a card. Opponent is super cool. It seems like that's all they're doing for the turn. Taking a risk. Because they're going to block Tursa, if they're going to block anything, to avoid the extra combat. Alright, we got the big thing out of the way. Cash grab, dig, 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 dig. They found another one. Yep. We really need another land so that we can resolve multiple threats. Frustrating because we have the hand to win with. We're just not drawing. We're not drawing lands. Opponent's collecting evidence, digging for another terror or a crab, anywhere crab. That does work, I suppose. All right. Well, let's get down to Beastie. Get down to Fear. Discard a wicker folk. Alright, found a land finally. I'll take more bitter triumphs. Opponent's gonna flash in the crab, draw a card. Tap our stuff. Bounce our fear of missing out. You got it. Land, surveil for the opponent. They get in with both, so they must have more Eddie Mert crabs. It's the only explanation. They have to have more Eddie Mert crabs, or they wouldn't have done that. This is lethal by itself, so we're gonna go to combat. Yep, more Eddie Mert crabs. Alright. Opponent says a good game. They've obviously got ways to deal with this. Yep, cool beans. Literally, beans. Ah, GG. Alright, let's wipe the bad taste of those games out of our mouth and let's kick some butt. G4, LB4N. Opponent goes first. I've been saying that too much in the last couple games. We'll take this hand though. Courtyard and Duress. Whiff. We don't even really mind discard effects in this deck, which is nice. Restless Anchorage, so it's Esper something. Probably Pixie. Alright, Verge. Fear of missing out. Discard. Fear of missing out. Draw fear of missing out. Makes sense. Courtyard, talent. Pixie, sure. You're so cool. Alright, what do we need to discard to have Delirium? Land. That gives us Delirium, right? If they want to double block our either of these things, I'm fine with that. Stormchaser's talent for the opponent. Another nurturing Pixie. Very cool. At this point, any hopeless nightmares they play actually help us, so... Opponent wants to attack, but they're debating on whether or not that's reasonable. All right. Couldn't get rid of their Pixie. Play Fear. Discard a land. Draw a card. Find a land. Get in for 3. And the next turn we can play Passage, sack the Passage, torch the tower, their token. That'll turn on Tersa's ability. Darkslick Shores, replay the talent, grow the otters. And they scoop it up. All right. We do pretty good against Pixie, so. I found you, Young Mo. Young Mo. Young Mo. We go first. This is too slow on the play. This is too slow on the play. Well, we're just gonna have to work with it. Blue. Alright, Underground Mortuary. We take Wicker Folk. Adakar Waste. Is it Omni combo? It is. That's frustrating. There's their Abuelo. So half the combo is assembled. Alright, Cursa. Draw. Strategic Betrayal is fantastic. Because they're gonna have to get the Omni into the graveyard, and once they do that, we can Betrayal and get rid of it. Lockdown, okay. Alright, Wicker Folk. We've still got a Bitter Triumph. They can't do anything right this minute, which is nice. So we can keep stuff off the board if they try to play like a creature or something. Chart a Course. This is where they're going to discard their Omni, most likely. Yep. If they don't have a counterspell, which, nope, doesn't look like they're gonna. Alright. No Omni for you. Yeah, I have mana to pay for it, unfortunately. If you want to Omni me, you're gonna have to do it again. Temporary Lockdown only hits Wicker Folk, and we can drag the Roots it. What do we have? Actually, that gives us Delirium even. Dispersal, sure. If he gets another Omni into the yard here, I'll be so sad. Oh my gosh! You gotta be kidding me! The luck! The luck! He's literally winning this game off that Surveil. Oh, that's so frustrating. Maybe he doesn't have... Maybe he can't go off. That is the most frustrating thing in the world. Oh well. We tried. All right, Char Kid. We get to go first. I like this hand. Peter. We like Light Shatter. Lenore Waste. Plains. Is it another Omni combo deck? Okay. That's fine. Hoping to find more land there, but oh well. Drag the Roots can deal with Synthesizer. Yep. I tell you what, you saw Blades this Nemesis real quick. Plains. Synthesizer. Get Terse out of the yard because we still have Delirium if we do that. One that's going to scry 2. One top, one bottom. Drag the Roots. Instant enchantment. Braided Net. No. And they scoop. Get out of here, Synthesizer. GG. EDC Oon. Ed Coon. I don't know. I'm trying. Opponent goes first. We like this hand. It's delicious. Swamp. Duress. Sure. One less thing we gotta put in the graveyard. There we are. We're already halfway to Delirium. Eat Cavern Bat. What do you take? Ursa, okay. Get down Fear. Discard land, draw a card, find another land. Flasher. Flasher would suck. Annex is fine. Okay, we definitely need to thin the deck out some here. Alright. Wicker Folk. That's a lot of damage. See what the opponent's got. Bloodletter would be annoying. Although we can attack through Bloodletter. Honestly, removal would be the most annoying thing, but I mean, that's just always life playing an aggro deck. And who knows what will top deck? It's a slasher. That is annoying. Let's discard the Cliffs. Draw. This means that I win no matter what, unless he has a cut down. Because he takes 5 here. And then I get to attack again with the fear. GG. Here we go. JK LOL 619. JK LOL. Opponent goes first. No red lands. We have a handful of red things, so we can't do that. This is better. Put back a Tursa. I want to mull to 5. They're playing blue something. Land is good. Patchwork Beastie. Yavimaya Coast. And a Mockingbird of all things. Get a land in the yard. Nice. Alright. Cliffs. And we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Spell Pierce. Okay. They have instant in the graveyard. They have instant in the graveyard. Land. Mockingbird number 2. Well, if they ever get Delirium, we're in trouble. Hey, we have Delirium though. That means we discard Balustrade Worm and Cottage and draw some cards and find more Balustrade Worms, and that should be the game. Unless they get really lucky here. Creature. Ooh, they're playing... Okay. They needed the Rot Priest. GG. All right, and we're back for the post-game wrap. So, 40 games, 60%. I built this deck to beat mono red because I was really sick of mono red, and I was also pretty sick of all the Orzhov and Esper Pixie lists and all that stuff. And as you see here, we absolutely crushed mono red. We beat every mono red deck we played against. We beat, you know, 60% of the Orzhov Pixie lists. We only played 2 Esper Pixie lists, but we won one and lost one there. We did good against everything else, but the problem is Corey Steelcutter. So I'm not gonna lie, I have been an avid arguer that mono red is a problem and that the mouse package is just super strong. But boy, is Corey Steelcutter difficult to deal with, and this deck has answers to it. I mean, we play 3, you know, Drag the Roots. We play plenty of removal that can get rid of it. We're fast. We did win 1 game against them, and the games were close. It wasn't like we didn't just get run over by Corey Steelcutter. As you saw in the videos, we played a couple Corey Steel decks in the videos. I think I even actually got a win against them recorded. I can't remember. But it wasn't like we just got just crushed by it. You know, it was close. But it's a tough deck. It's a tough deck. So this deck needs some tweaking to be good against Corey Steel. We probably just need to like add some main deck artifact hate, maybe some abrades, or maybe just a creature that can deal with artifacts and enchantments or something. Maybe it might even be worth considering a couple of main deck like 2 damage board clears, either in the form of Pyroclasm, or there's a 3 mana instant speed one that deals 2 to everything, because like our Patchwork Beasties are 3/3s. Fear of Missing Out has 3 toughness. This has 3 toughness if we have Delirium. Nemesis, Tursa, everything has more than 3 toughness. So we could get away with playing a couple main deck Pyroclasms or something to that effect, just to help clear up. There's got to be something. The deck, this is a very strong deck. Like, I mean, if you take the Corey Steele out of here, like, we had a really good showing against everything else. So I think if we can just shore up this matchup a little bit, if we can just add a couple of cards, my suggestions would be either adding a couple of Abrades, maybe over Bitter Triumphs, or something to that effect, maybe, or maybe over the Virtue of Persistence. I've really liked Virtue of Persistence just because, like, in the late game, being able to slam the enchantment side of this and start getting back all of our hasty things is really good. But maybe the Virtue of Persistence just needs to be a braid. It's a good deck, though. Don't let this discourage you, because honestly, if we can just tune this up a little bit to be a little bit better in the Corey Steele matchup, I don't think we lose out on anything here. So my suggestion would just be to either find some room for Pyroclasms or find some room for Abrades. But other than that, the deck is amazing. It's a blast. It's super, super aggressive and fun. It's a great play style. It's good against some of the most annoying decks in the format, and I love it. So hopefully you enjoyed watching me play this as much as I enjoyed playing it for you. If you did, I hope you'll take a quick moment to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Every single one of those helps, and I am so appreciative for all of you who watched this video with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.